You're here for the review. We're gonna get into it. First, I just wanna say this is not a sponsored video. I paid for this bag. I'm gonna give you the whole truth. We're gonna go over the features of the bag, what I love, what needs improvement, who this bag is for, and who it isn't. Let's jump in. This is the Douchebag Explorer. It comes in 4 colorways. I got red because I'm a Sony shooter and it just matches so well and it pops so hard. But they do have more muted colors for folks who aren't into what they like to call scarlet red, what I like to call screaming red. We've got EVA foam on the front, on the top, on the back to keep your items protected. And let me tell you, this is a rigid bag. Very little flex to it. It holds this profile shape until you pack it out, and then it holds its larger shape. The zips, YKK, beautiful pulls, excellent design, highly functional, highly durable, but you know what? Everyone loves YKK, but people never talk about the fact that smoothness of a zip is not just based on the quality of the zipper and its teeth. It's also about the lines, the curves, the contours of the bag. And it seems like a silly detail, but zipping and unzipping bags is a good chunk of how we use bags. And I will never get used to this name, but Douchebags really crushes it with smooth zips and rounded corners. Good lines on this bag, very few snags with zipping. We've got an excellent grab handle at the top. I wish they would have put these all over the bag, just on every side, because the rest of the industry is headed in that direction, and it feels like Douchebags is a bit behind on that front. I think I know why though. If we look at this material off on the side, this material I found on other bags has a tendency to scuff. And so I don't think they actually want you to lay this bag down on its side because there's a potential scuffing of this really nice material. So just be careful about that. The shoulder straps are kind of thin. The padding is also thin. It's a small bag, so that's to be expected, but it's also built in a way to carry snowboards. And so with that kind of weight in demand, you're really looking to haul something that big, these shoulder straps might be a pain point. The biggest thing I'm hauling is a tripod with regular carry, and it's been really good for that. There's also a bridge strap on these shoulder straps, and it seems to be a love-hate thing for people. A bridge strap allows for the bag to be carried lower on the back and provide a little bit of back padding as well as another grab point. However, some people personally like to wear their bags higher up, and so that can be a problem for you if that's you. It's got this detachable chest strap right here, and what I found was when I opened the bag, it just wasn't fit for me. So I had to switch it up and get it custom fit for my body. Took 5 seconds to do, no fiddling around, didn't have to go watch YouTube tutorials on how to adjust the bag, like I've never done that before. It just makes sense when you look at it. The back padding, solid for a small bag, has airflow channels, which most small bags don't, so that's a plus. Moving right down the bag, we have these hip straps right here, which they come out, they can get kind of stowed in, or the whole thing can get removed. What's crazy is this is such a small bag, but it still comes with a hip belt. That is crazy. It's only 20 liters. If you've seen a bag that's 20 liters or less that has a hip belt, throw it down in the comments because I want to see it. I feel like Douchebags is in lockstep with the rest of the industry because they allow this hip belt to be removable. That's how I'm going to roll with it. I'm not going to carry it with a hip belt. You've got this pull-out strap on the side that tucks away in the zipper when you don't need it. And it can get pulled over to the side over here and get clipped right into this little lash. This is great for additional attachments, especially if you're going to be using these external carry straps. This can be in addition to those or by itself. It's also got daisy chains down the side. These are super tight daisy chains, which I prefer because I'm not going to use a lot of chunky stuff with them. But if you want to use these for more than just a carabiner, then you might have issues here. Most daisy chains come out a little bit more. These are super tight. All right, moving into the interior. This is a 20-liter bag. It's got 2 volumes, a main storage area and a secondary area. The main volume is a big open space with elastic separation pouch for hydration bladder, or just a good spot to keep things separate. Maybe throw in a dirty shirt or some sandals, stuff that you want to keep away from your main items, but you cannot fit a 13-inch laptop into this. I know it's not built for that, but sometimes I can get away with it with these kinds of pouches. Not in this bag. You've also got a stretchy mesh zipper pouch on both sides that's expandable, and a little pouch at the top under the quick access. It does not feed through to the quick access pocket. It's its own compartment, and that's a bonus for me because that means more storage. Speaking of quick access, we've got a lid right here. Very rigid, solid depth. Everyone wants to claim these compartments are for cell phones. I call BS. Let me know in the comments, do you use compartments like this for cell phones, or are you a normal human being so reliant on their phone that you have to have it in your pocket at all times? Let me know in the comments. I keep stuff like chapstick, sunglasses, condoms, earplugs, loose change. I keep that kind of stuff in the quick access pocket. Every bag in 2020 has to have a quick access pocket, and the Explorer delivers. Moving on to the secondary volume that we've got right here. You've got more organizational possibilities, less of a black hole. We've got this elastic pouch right here that does fit a 10.5-inch and 11-inch iPad Pro, but the 12.9-inch is a no-go. Things that I love about this bag. I love that Douchebags is not putting their name on the entire typeface logo of this bag like they did with their original backpack design. It seems they've changed that up for more of their newer bags. I feel like just putting the monogram on here is going to be totally fine, but man, you put a giant word that says douchebag on your bag. Here in the US, people think that that is offensive and they don't want to be labeled that word, even ironically. But the monogram, I feel like we're totally fine. I love the size of this bag. It's smaller than a standard backpack, but because it has this extra exterior flap, plus the external storage straps, you're getting a massive bang for your buck when it comes to the overall size of this bag. My plan is to actually throw this bag into another bag when I travel, like a Russian nesting doll situation, so that I can stick with one bag travel while I'm abroad. Things like that are super important to me. Single bag carry, super important to me. I've got a whole video about why that is, and you can check that out in the info card. The fact that this is really 2 bags in one. The main area is like a dumping ground. You're on the go. You can just stuff things into this. But then on the front flap, boom, you've got organizational beauty. You've got compartments. You've got zippers, meshes, elastic straps. You can pretend that you've got your life together with this area of the bag. It's really the best of both worlds combined into a single bag, and I love that about it. Last thing I love before we get into the things that I'm not so into. This external carry system, the hooks feel sturdy AF. They are not going to be a big hassle to undo. The straps, thick with multiple C's. they're gonna hold up. And this is billed as a system for skateboards, snowboards, skis, and it's cool if you want to do that. You're living your best life. But I'm looking at this like, ooh, I can put any tripod in there. I can put small light stands on that thing. I can stick gorilla pods on there like they're actually meant to be used. And that's just me though. I feel like I'm super into camera gear, but the point is this bag has great external carry possibilities. Finally, some areas that need improvement. I feel like with the ease of removability in the hip straps comes a possible problem with adjusting them. You cannot adjust them up and down like on some bags, but seriously, this bag is tiny. I didn't even expect them to have hip belts. Another thing, no water bottle flap on either side, which is a little disappointing. I'm gonna end up lashing mine to one of these daisy chains with a carabiner. Before we jump into who this bag is and isn't for, hit the thumb and the subscribe if you've been getting value from this video. Who is this bag for and who isn't it for? Okay, we're gonna start with who it isn't for. People who want to carry a lot of gear a long distance. These shoulder straps are not going to work well. If you want to throw like 50 pounds of gear on this, you are gonna be hurting. Who it is for, people who wanna do short daily or adventure carries, the 20-liter size is so good. It's not like a big bulky bag, but it's not super tiny. It's still possible to load up items, and if you get too much to load into it, you've got some really great external carry on the back that'll keep you going. If you've got more questions on this bag, throw them in the comments. I'm Kai Sosiles, and I will see you next time.